Welcome to Sports Mania League. Cricket, the so-called gentleman's game. But sometimes these gentlemen are anything but gentle. There are abuses, wild swings of the bat, and sometimes even fists flying. Today we bring you the ugliest fights in cricket, from legends to youngsters, when tempers took over the game. Let's roll. Gautam Gambhir versus Shahid Afridi, ODI Kanpur, 2007. India versus Pakistan isn't just cricket, it's emotions colliding. Gambhir and Afridi clashed multiple times, both on and off the field. But the most fiery moment came in a shoulder bump during a run, words exchanged, and umpires rushing in. Throughout the match, tension was boiling between them. Gambhir led India to victory, but the fight stole the headlines. The Gambhir versus Afridi rivalry peaked that day, and fans still talk about it. Javed Miandad versus Dennis Lillee, 1981, Australia. Miandad tried a run, Lillee blocked his way. Then, a push, an abuse. Lillee kicked him, and Miandad raised his bat to hit back. It nearly turned into a physical brawl until umpires stepped in. One of cricket's wildest chapters, where both bat and boot came out swinging. Amir Sohail versus Venkatesh Prasad, 1996 World Cup, a tense quarter-final. Sohail smashed a boundary off Prasad, then pointed with his bat. "I'll hit you there again." Crowd was on edge. Next ball, clean bowled. Prasad gave him an angry send-off. Momentum shifted. India won. A fiery clash that still plays in highlight reels. Glenn McGrath versus Ramnaresh Sarwan, 2003. McGrath was fired up, but Sarwan was dominating. So McGrath sledged, "What does Brian Lara's taste like?" Sarwan shot back instantly. "Ask your wife." But McGrath's wife was battling cancer, he snapped in rage. Umpires intervened. Later, both apologized, as Sarwan didn't know about her illness. But the exchange went down as one of the ugliest and most personal fights in cricket. Kiran Moore versus Javed Miandad, 1992 World Cup. Wicketkeeper. Moore kept shouting appeals from behind the stumps. Miandad lost patience, shouted back, and then mocked him by jumping like a frog. This moment became a cricketing meme, even before memes existed. Funny to watch. But the tension was very real in that high-stakes Indo-Pak clash. The Noggin Dance Saga. Not violence, but trolling at its finest. In the 2018 Nidahas Trophy, Bangladesh beat Sri Lanka and celebrated with the famous Noggin Dance. Sri Lanka took it as an insult. Fast forward to 2022 Asia Cup, Sri Lanka beat Bangladesh, and Chamika Karunaratne pulled off the exact same Noggin dance in revenge. No punches, no sledges, just dance, memes, and ultimate humiliation. But remember, these fights aren't limited to international cricket. They happen in franchise leagues and even youth tournaments too. Gautam Gambhir versus Virat Kohli, IPL 2013. Both from Delhi, once teammates, but in IPL 2013, everything changed. Kolkata versus RCB. Kohli was dismissed, words exchanged, and suddenly both were charging at each other mid-pitch. If Rajat Patia hadn't stepped in, it could have turned physical. Delhi versus Delhi, pure ego clash. And this wasn't their last one. They clashed again in 2015, 2016, and even 2023. But 2013 remains their fiercest showdown. Under 19. India versus Bangladesh, 2020 World Cup final. Even at under 19 level, tempers exploded. Bangladesh hit the winning runs for their maiden ICC trophy, but instead of joy, chaos followed. An Indian player shoved a Bangladeshi, pushing, shouting, near punches. Umpires pulled them apart. Coaches dragged players away. Finally, Indian coach Paras Mambri had to escort his boys off. Bangladesh captain Akbar Ali later admitted, "Some bowlers got emotional. What happened was unfortunate. But on that night, the Under-19 World Cup looked more like a UFC octagon. Shane Warne versus Marlon Samuels, Big Bash League. Drama in T20. Warne got into Samuels' face after an on-field incident with David Hussey. When Samuels came to bat, Warne launched a verbal attack, live on the mic. He even grabbed Samuels' shirt, threw the ball near him, and Samuels hurled his bat at Warne. Players, umpires, everyone rushed in. Warne later said, 'What are you meant to do when someone throws a bat at you?' Pure theater, straight out of a soap opera." Bangladesh versus South Africa, Emerging Asia Cup, 2024. And it's not just legends. In the 2024 Emerging Asia Cup, young players almost came to blows. Bangladesh versus South Africa, heated words, shoves, finger-pointing, players restrained by coaches and umpires. Proof that emotions run wild at every level, senior or junior, international or emerging. So friends, these were some of cricket's wildest and most heated clashes, where bat and ball were overshadowed by raw emotions. Which clash shocked you the most, or which one is your favorite? Drop it in the comments, and if you love spicy cricket stories, hit subscribe and tap that bell. See you in the next video, where we bring you the raw, untold emotions behind the game. This is Sports Mania League.